Happy Life, Chapter 52. True forgiveness always includes erasing the offense from one's memory. If you forgive but keep referring to the incident, you're actually keeping it alive. Work on the personal weakness that keeps you fixated on the painful event and be grateful for the opportunity to forgive. How would you evolve without moral trials? Today's forgiveness will be your sponsor tomorrow when you yourself need mercy and forgiveness from someone else. Forgiveness is always best for the forgiver. Do so always and you will live. This message is such a key message. It's so important when we think about living a happier life. Because as Joanna mentions here, we all need forgiveness at some point in our lives, and we're all going to be invited to the exercise of forgiveness. Now, here at the very end, she says that forgiveness is always best for the forgiver. Why? Because it does not serve to our happiness, to our harmony, to our well-being, to be holding resentment, grudges, disappointments, frustrations, and harboring those feelings in our hearts. Because they are, as we have been mentioning, toxic energy that before hurting or getting to anyone else, it runs through our own system, stays in our own psychic, emotional, and energetic system, causing tremendous amount of disharmony and also weighing in our emotional economy, so to speak. So when we are able to forgive, we free ourselves from the weight of these negative or difficult limiting feelings. However, forgiveness, as Joanna also mentions here, she talks about the need to work on the personal weakness that keeps us fixated on the painful event. So forgiveness is always about ourselves. It's always about recognizing and understanding, exploring what is the weakness in us or the wound in us, the frailty, the vulnerable area of us that was affected by the offense. Now, it has nothing to do with the person out there who offended us, because the same offense, the same comment, the same attitude would reverberate very differently in someone else. And it does so because ultimately it has to do with our inner life and has to do with how we are responding to the offense that is coming in our direction. Is it affecting us or not? If it affects us, it speaks about ourselves, where we are. So forgiveness is a process of self-healing. The moment that we heal the wound, the vulnerability, that we take care of the area that perhaps is hurt because it feels not seen, because it feels disrespected, because it feels not loved, whatever that might be, then the moment that we are able to heal that, then the whole event becomes lighter. The whole meaning of the event changes. The circumstances remain, but the way you're going to remember about it, the way you're going to feel, the way you're going to relate to the event is going to be completely different. So it's not that the event is going to be erased from our memory, but the meaning that we give to the event, the emotional attachment, the emotional meaning that the event has to us will change. And therefore, it's going to become like an uneventful occurrence in our lives, in the sense that it no longer has the same weight and the same meaning, and we were able to move forward. So she also brings up the fact that forgiveness is our sponsor of tomorrow. So we always remember that we all need forgiveness in one point or another. So forgiveness is a key ingredient for happiness. Again, we are very, very vulnerable and frail creatures. So for many of us, and also depending on the extent of the offense, the extent of the wound, it's a process, it takes time. But one thing that we can never give up is on our intent to work and to forgive someday.